And now they're running around talking about the Indians. Okay, now everybody's an Indian. But I thought the FBA movement was about reparations when this nonsense first started with this goopy Tariq Nasheed, this con man, this hustler, who ain't even an FBA himself, his family, nobody. But they said morons will follow anything off a cliff, right? Morons will follow anything off a cliff. So I find this funny that they call themselves boycotting August the 1st, all African businesses. Now we know this is going to be a bust because most black Americans don't rock with this. This is like some online nonsense, right? It's some online nonsense. Like, I never shared with you guys because I kept everything quiet about what we were building in Africa, right? But I'm going to share that with you tonight. Half the stuff, not everything, I'm going to share with you. But a lot of things I'm going to share with you what Black Eye Fire has been building in Africa. And I wouldn't have been able to do it if Africans hate us, because I wouldn't have been able to do this at all without the help and benefit of other African people that's on the continent. Like I told you, Africa is the future. Now you got all this fake hatred going on. I'm trying to tell you, Africa is the future because America is a falling, collapsing empire. And if you don't understand, it's because you have, the mind of a midget. Not to say anything bad about midgets. Because you should see with inflation and job cuts in America that we are a declining empire. All these morons are running around here now talking about they're Americans. They're all Americans. We're not. We're Americans. We've never been accepted as Americans in this country as black people ever. This country never gave us fair justice or fair dealing. Understand that you aligning yourself with our enemies is absolutely crazy. You have no smoke for the Indians who treat you bad. The Asians you run up in their damn little beauty supply stores and they treat you like shit. You gotta go to Arab corner store, Arab gas stations who got nothing but junk and garbage in there. You don't got no smoke for them. But you got smoke for other people that look like you, but you claim you don't look like them. But if you do a DNA test, it takes you right back to Africa. And then you try to group all of us into your goofy coat. We don't want to have nothing to do with your coat. You try to group us all into your goofy coat. That's your coat. You want to be FBA or a handkerchief head Negro? Go along and be it. We're not going to stop you from being that. We don't care. But you want to tell everybody that the FBA and all this other nonsense. That's your coat. You fall some moron, some high school dropout that's been running cons on people for the last 25 years. And you too stupid to realize that. That's your fault. Don't put us all in the same coat bag or trick bag you find yourself in. That's okay. And like I said, I try to explain this to you. And I'll try to explain it again tonight of the mindset. So, like I said, your issues have some validity. Everything has some validity. Okay? So now I want to explain collectivism, and tribalism. As black Americans, we've been, since slavery, had to become collectivized. We had to move as a collective. Right? And so these other individuals, not really the Caribbeans, but the Africans, deal with tribalism. And I'm going to tell you, that system there's no benefit to their goofy tribe. I'm going to keep that 100. There's no benefit. That's when you guys get mad when they talk about culture. They're talking about their goofy tribe. And as black Americans, we don't deal with tribalism. We have no tribe. We believe in collectivism. So that's why as a black American culture, they don't understand our culture because we don't have a language, right? Because our language is English because we were enslaved here. So when they keep talking about their culture, they're talking about their tribe. And we don't deal with tribes. So as a collective, that's why we are the culture on the globe. And of course, there's been some kind of jealousy with that. We are the culture of the globe. Even though our culture has been, sadly enough, debaucherized in the last 30 years from that horrible rap that's been taken over by other people outside of our culture. It doesn't benefit us anymore. No, black Americans have been the culture of the planet. When they think about the culture of America, they don't think about nobody else but Black Americans' culture. We are the culture of this country. There's no culture but us, and that's just a fact. So we don't have to explain ourselves to anybody. So when they talk about culture, they're talking about their tribe. And their tribe, I'm going to be honest, your tribe is garbage. Your tribe has not taught you how to gain power and not be victimized by every other race of people that come into Africa. That's why you ran your ass over here. But see, I'm not going to be divided. I'm not here to be divided. Right? So that's what they're talking about. So we're talking about a collective mind frame and a tribalist mind frame. See, when they got over here, they seen us as another tribe or different tribe. And so they came with the same dirtbag culture that they practice in Africa, where they hate on other tribes. They don't see any camaraderie in each other. They didn't see any camaraderie as Black people like we do here in America. We didn't care where you came from. If you were Black, we thought you would get on code with us and help us fight the enemies, because as Black people, we have no friends. So we thought you would come over here and link up with us. Foolishly, we didn't understand tribalism, that you seen us as another competing tribe. And that's been the problem. We just didn't understand that.